Hi, Caroline from Certifier here. In this tutorial, I will show you how to automatically send branded certificates of completion after someone submits your SurveySparrow survey. If you are using SurveySparrow to run surveys, quizzes, or trainings, you've probably thought about rewarding the recipients with a certificate. While SurveySparrow is amazing for collecting responses, it doesn't generate certificates by default. That's where Certifier comes in. Certifier lets you design, generate, and send certificates automatically, and it offers free native integrations, so you can set this whole thing up without any extra connector tools. We'll use it with a simple flow using SurveySparrow, Google Sheets, and Certifier. SurveySparrow collects the responses, Google Sheets stores them as rows, and Certifier turns each new row into a personalized certificate, sent automatically. Let's jump in. First, let's prepare everything in SurveySparrow. Quick note before we begin, we recommend starting with a new empty survey. If your survey already has some responses, they may be processed and credentials can be issued for them as soon as you activate the automation. To avoid sending certificates to all the responses, we'll make sure we only import the responses from today onward when we connect it to Google Sheets. Now let's get to setting it up. We'll create a new survey right here, and I will name it Course Quiz. We need to add 2 questions to collect recipient name and recipient email. Press Add a Question button, choose text type, and ask about the recipient name. Mark this question as required, and then do the same for recipient email. It's really important to make sure both fields are required. We need them for certificates, so we can personalize and send them. But that's all I need here, so we can save the survey. Now let's connect the survey to Google Sheets. Please note that this option is only available on paid SurveySparrow plans. However, you can use their free trial to test it out. Let's open the survey and go to the Integrate tab, then Integrations. Find the Google Sheets and enable it. Now connect your Google account. You'll go through the usual flow to authorize the access. Now let's configure the integration. First, choose the Google Sheets account you want to use. Then set action to create a new sheet, enter the sheet name right here, and next go to the response import settings, toggle it on, and choose to only import the responses after the day of the setup, so all responses don't get pulled in. Now press continue, go to mapping, and select the data you want to send to Google Sheets. You must include the recipient name and recipient email, and you can also include any other answers that you want to use later in your certificates. Let's save the mapping. And now we can go back to integration details, and you should see a link to your new spreadsheet. Let's open it and check how it looks. And here it is. You should see your survey data in this sheet. Alright, now that we have the data, let's set up Certifier. Just go to certifier.io and click on Sign Up Free. You can either enter your email and choose a password, or use your Google account, whatever's easier for you. Once you're in, you'll get access to automations and 250 certificates for free, so you can test the whole setup right away. I already have an account, so I will just log in. You will see the Certifier dashboard, where you can design, issue, and manage your certificates. For this setup, we will need 2 things, a certificate design and a group. Let's create the design first. Go to the Designs tab and click on Create Certificate Design. You can start by choosing from hundreds of templates. To make it even easier, use filters to narrow by category, style, or color. I will use this certificate of completion. I will add a link to it in the description below. Now let's customize it. First, I will remove the placeholder logo and upload my own from the Uploads tab. I will resize it and place it right here. You can update the text so it matches your use case. For example, I like the certificate of completion text, but I will adjust the colors, fonts, and alignment a little. As you can see, everything here is editable. Now I will go to the QR code section. It can link to a verification page or any other website. Using the verification page code is great for security because anyone can scan it and confirm the certificate instantly. I will go with the verification code and place it right here in the top right corner. Okay, next, let's take a look at the text in the brackets, like recipient name. We call them dynamic attributes. These are placeholders that will be replaced by the actual recipient's data. For example, recipient's name will turn into the actual name once we finish the setup. Let's click Preview and enter a sample name to see how that will look. If everything looks good, save the design by pressing right here. Next, let's create a group. This is where you tell Certifier a little bit more about your course or event. First, name the group, something like Course Graduates or the name of your course. And then select the certificate design we just created. We can skip the optional fields for now and click Create Group. But before we finish, let's open the email settings. Here you can choose the sender email, which will send the email to your recipients, and then select the email template, which is the email the recipients actually receive. You can customize your logo, brand colors, subject, and the text. Once you selected everything, make sure to save the group. And now we will build the automation. Go to the Integrations tab and use the search bar to find SurveySparrow. Choose the Certifier native integration, and then click Use Template, Connect via Google Sheets. Of course, if you don't want to use Google Suite, you can also do this via Zapier. Now, here's how our automation will work. Trigger is what happens in Google Sheets, and action is what Certifier does in response. As you may remember from earlier, SurveySparrow passes responses onto Google Sheets, so Google Sheets will be the trigger. Let's set up the trigger first. Choose the trigger event New Row Added and continue. Then connect your Google account. Click Connect Google Sheets, and then continue and allow. Now select the spreadsheet created by SurveySparrow and pick the worksheet that contains the answers. Click Submit and your trigger is ready. Now configure the Certifier action, which will be Issue Credential. Continue, select the group we created, and then map the fields. The only required ones are recipient name and recipient email, but you can also map fields like issue date. So let's map the name to the right column and do the same for email. Now everything is set, so we can click Submit, then Save and Activate, give your automation a clear name, and press Next. You will see a warning that any existing rows in the spreadsheet may be processed upon activation. Check the box and confirm to activate. Now let's see that in practice. I will open SurveySparrow Survey and submit a new test response with a sample name and a sample email, and submit it. This should now appear in our spreadsheet as a new row, and here it is. Within a few minutes, we can return to Certifier and open the Credentials tab. You should see the newly issued credential right there, already published. And here's what the recipient gets. You get a branded email with a link to their credential. When they click it, they will see their digital credential page. From here, they can easily download it, add it to LinkedIn profile, or share it as a post. And with verification, anyone can confirm that the certificate is valid. Also remember, you can issue certificates to your past respondents too. Export the data as CSV or an Excel file, and then use our easy spreadsheet upload option in the credentials section. This re-engages your audience, adds value, and strengthens your credibility with minimal effort. Congratulations! Your SurveySparrow certificate automation is now active. From now on, every time someone submits your survey and a new response lands in Google Sheets, Certifier will automatically generate and send a personalized certificate. No manual work needed. And quick reminder before you go, Certifier has a free plan and you get 250 certificates on us. So you can test the full flow end-to-end without paying. And because these are native integrations, they are free to use. No extra connector tools needed. If you are using other tools too, make sure to check out our other native integrations, whether it's other quiz and survey platforms or something completely different like webinar tools for certificates of attendance. And if anything comes up while you are setting this up, just message us through the in-app chat or book a demo. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!